Okay, what I'm going to show you how to do is to add a collar to any of your fans. If, say you have it in a tight space and it's running a little bit hot, we can supply you with these collars so you can exhaust your hot air from your machine out of the room into somewhere else. So, the first steps you want to do is unplug your machine, and then we need to remove the top here, the large top, so we can access the exhaust fan from our glass enclosed. So, now we have two fans in here. One is your intake, which brings in the cool air, and this one is your exhaust, which is going to exhaust all your hot air from your bulb that's enclosed in here. So the first thing you want to do is to remove the two fan wires. You're going to need a screwdriver and a nut driver so that you can remove the 4 bolts that are attaching to the fan. Okay, so after you've removed the nuts off from the bolts, slide off your fan. And we need to remove our fan guard, our finger guard here. So slide it out and remove the bolts. And we can set this aside as we don't need our finger guard anymore. And place your bolts back through the hole. And grab the collar that we've sent you and slide it over the bolts. And you can grab your fan and ensure that it's facing the right direction. There's little arrows that tell you which direction it flows the air. So just make sure you put it on the exact same way that you took it off. So ensure that it is blowing out, as this is your exhaust fan. So now we can tighten these bolts. Be sure not to over tighten these, as it's pretty easy for this plastic here to get broken. So just be sure to have a nice snug fit. It doesn't need to be too tight. If you see it flexing at all, you know you've tightened it too much. Okay, now that we've remounted our fan, we can reattach our wires. So just ensure that now that when you put them on, that you have a nice good connection. Okay. And now we're able to reinstall and put our big top back on the machine. And basically slide your clamp over top of your ducting. And slide both of this over the collar that we've provided that you've just mounted. And take your screwdriver, tighten this right up till you have a good snug fit, and make sure that there's no air leaks anywhere around. Okay, so just continue tightening until you have a good tight snug fit. Make sure that there's no air leaks anywhere on there. And take the other end of your ducting, which is obviously going to be longer than this, and exhaust it to whatever you would like the air to be exhausted to. And it's that easy to add a collar and ducting to exhaust your hot air from your machine.